I'm setting a clarity candle because I low-key just want to watch this video in a little while and just see where I'm at. And anyways, I'm setting a little clarity candle to just have some freedom in my mind and just connect me to my intuition, helping me to just let my intuition fully guide me, and so I can be present with my thoughts, and that way I can be present with any intrusive thoughts that may come up that, you know, maybe don't belong to me. I can be mindful of those and let them go, because I know that I can get very caught on my feelings and my emotions, and it can be extremely uncomfortable and honestly unbearable. So I set an intention for this clarity candle to just cultivate some peace of mind and just open my mind up to the unlimited possibilities and opportunities that are literally available to me if I just believe that I can have it. You know, what comes to mind first of all is just me believing that, you know, I want to start posting more videos on YouTube and shit. And just, I know that, like, the more I post, obviously the more recognition I'll get. And so, like, you know, I believe that if I keep doing this and if I keep at it and if I do keep being passionate about this, it will guide me on a path of exploration and maybe guide me to, you know, being more recognized externally by the world around me. And yeah, I want to be a singer and I want to be well known, and so I just want to have freedom within my creations and just my freedom to just create fluidly and freedom to express myself without limitation and express myself without my mind kind of blocking me and saying, hey bro, you can't do that. Like, because that thought telling me that I can't do it, that's an intrusive thought that does not belong to me. So I just want to be able to recognize that, so that way I can use that, you know, limitation within me, that lack within me, to just like motivate me to, like, honestly propel me toward doing the things that I'm afraid of doing. Like, for example, I'm gonna get this lit and then we can continue this. But I just did it on one of my tarot cards, and I got this candle in Utah. It didn't work out when I was trying to light it, but it's working out now. But basically, it's a tarot deck. It's a card in one of my tarot decks that I have, the Modern Witch Tarot. And yeah, the card says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibility. Through this deck, may you find the path. May you find the path to your best self. Oh. I feel like a dragon. Am I the only one? When I was younger, I used to pretend that I was like smoking and be like, pass me that. But yeah, I think that through this, setting this intention, I just want to be able to cultivate some more peace of mind and clarity. I have no idea. I don't remember what I was talking about, but yeah. There's someone walking by. I don't want them to think I'm talking to myself. Good morning. Beautiful day. What's your dog's name? Aw, Cooper. Have a good one. I made some tea today in my little canteen. Oh, it's so good. It's pretty much a London fog, but before I knew what a London fog was, I was making this thinking that, like, I made this, like, I came up with this concept. And so basically I just call it a Noah latte. You're gonna want to get yourself some. Why am I smoking so much? What's going on? Anyways, you're gonna want to take yourself a little, no, I think I'm gonna put this up here, but this is the candle. Let me just show y'all. It's, oh, it just went out. Oh, never mind, she's still alive. Yeah, but that's my intention. I low-key am gonna read my tarot. I kind of want to record it. I kind of want to start, I want to start posting tarot videos to my YouTube, because if I'm being honest, like, that was my passion from the beginning, to like write, to make tarot readings and post it on YouTube, just because like that's genuinely what I love doing. Like, I'm very talented when it comes to my tarot, and I just like have a lot of passion for it, and I just am so fucking intuitive and know how to like read people so easily, so like I just can tap into energy so easily. Like the people that I've read their tarot, like they're like, oh, how did you know that about me? And I was like but yeah, I was gonna originally get a tarot reading. I mean, this might just be for me, because like I'm going through a lot in my life right now, and like there's certain connections and experiences in my life that I don't know, and I kind of want clarity on it. So low-key, this is gonna be a reading for me, but like if you resonate with it, then fuck yeah. I think my candle's going out. I just kind of want to let that, yeah. But anyways, about the Noah latte, you're gonna want to take, I'm just sitting on my yoga mat outside. It's a beautiful day outside. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of Reiki. Now this is the setup. Freedom! Yeah, I'm just like chilling. But, yeah. So basically, with the Noah latte, you're gonna wanna take, hold up. I low-key thought it wasn't recording, and I was gonna like shit my pants and like fucking drop out of college. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, you're gonna want to take some Earl Grey. I like to take like 2 Earl Greys, 2 chamomile teas, and you put it in your little thing, in your cup. You put really hot water in it, obviously, because that's how tea works. You take a lot of honey, like a lot of honey, and then you take some oat milk, and it's fucking fire. It's so good. Like, it's so fucking good. Fuck. And I had some like beef stew for like fucking breakfast, and that shit hit. Like, I've been having like a slow meditative morning, just like relaxing and just like being at peace with myself and grounding myself into myself, and just, you know, taking it slow. But yeah, basically, I'm gonna read my tarot. Yeah, so this is the tarot deck that I have. It's the Modern Witch Tarot. This is like the tarot deck that I read when I have like a lot of shit going on and like I just need some fucking clarity. Like, I read my tarot maybe like 2 weeks ago, and it just really like resonated with me and helped me to like, honestly just helped me to not overthink about shit. So I love fucking tarot so much. Like, this tarot deck is just so magical. So I'm not wanting to be out here too long, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key sick and it's kind of cold outside, so like I really shouldn't be out here too long. I also want to get back and do some yoga, so let me see. I don't know if I want to do like a spread, or if I just want to like intuitively pull some cards. I don't know if they even have spreads in here, if I'm being honest. I have an idea. Hold on. So this is another tarot deck that I have. It's the self-care oracle deck. I'll probably pull like one of these. I'm low-key scared to do this, because like I want a very specific message, and I'm scared that if I post this, the person that I'm like trying to get a reading on is gonna be like, ah, bitch, what the fuck? But oh well. So there's a spread in here that I enjoy. Ooh, goddess circle, moon ritual. No. There is a spread in here that I like to do. I've had this deck for quite a while, but there's this, so it's the self-care of the soul. I'm not gonna take that, like, I'm not gonna do the self-care cards, but there's a card in here that says, what does your inner child need to express? What do you need What do you need? Wait. Present self. Inner child. It's 3 cards. The first one is inner child. Second one, present self. Third one, higher self. And it says, the first one is, what does your inner child need to express? Second one, present self. What do you need? What do you need in the now? And third one, higher self. What does your higher self want to focus on? This is the one I'm going to do. I just feel intuitively drawn to do that. So yeah, I don't believe that I need this right now. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to put these tarot back as well. So yeah, basically, I'm going to just explain something that's going on in my life. Lately, like, you know, I feel like when I get into connections, whether it's a friendship, I think my candle's out. Yeah, she's out. Whether it's like a friendship, whether it's a connection or a relationship, it's kind of just like really hard for me to have peace of mind and clarity in the connection, because I feel like I just get so in my head about it, and I'm like, I guess I'm not really, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not very good at like attaining long-term friendships, just because I don't know, I just feel like oftentimes I just meet people and they don't really put in as much effort and as much work as I do in the connection, and it can be like really uncomfortable and like honestly really painful, because like I find myself, you know, overextending myself, and then, you know, I feel that person pulling away, so it makes me kind of want to cling on a little bit more, because I have attachment and avoidance style. So like I'll attach to somebody and then I'll avoid them, and so like that's an awkward energy to have, and an, you know, uncomfortable and complicated concept and dilemma to have in a friendship or in a relationship or in a connection or in an acquaintance, just because like I kind of cling to the person, then I'll kind of like avoid the person, and then I'll be like, why doesn't this person talk to me anymore? Or it's the other way around, the person will kind of be all in and then they're all out, and they pull and they put, and like I literally just wrote a song about this called what is it called? Oh, Are You Having Second Thoughts? And it's basically just about that, getting into relationships where like I'm low-key codependent, and that energy comes up and it's very present in the connection, and it's uncomfortable, and I just feel that I'm ready to like let go of that, you know, and I'm just wanting to know like what I do in this connection and what I do in this experience in my life, because I feel like my anxiety attachment, and then my codependency, and then my need to like avoid people or like distance myself from people, low key like is kind of self-sabotaging, and is affecting the way that I show up in connections, because it literally makes me think that like nobody likes me, and like I just like feel like nobody will ever match my level, and like I know that like that's not true, and that's just like what my mind is telling me. Like my mind is just telling me that like they don't like me, and that, you know, they don't want to actually be my friend, that, you know, they're just sticking around because they feel bad for me or whatever, just whatever my mind likes to think of, you know. I think low-key my inner child just definitely very much comes up in connections very often, because I think that I'm just so afraid of being abandoned and left behind that I kind of cling to people and like overextend myself and like prioritize just this connection to its maximum. Oh, I heard something. Low-key, the deers are gone, and it's making me kind of sad because I miss them. And it's low-key kind of making me sad that like there's no snow, because climate change is fucking wild. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a sunny fucking day, but like this is depressing. Like, this is not normal, and my heart is breaking because it's sad. As an earth witch, this is breaking my heart. Anyways, I think I'm gonna relight my candle. But yeah, there was another tarot reading that I was gonna post that I low-key didn't post because I was just afraid. Oh my god, I low-key was just like hella afraid that people were gonna judge me, so I just like didn't post it. Come on. Oh no, come on. Brother, come on. Come over here. But anyways, if you like relate to this video and you relate to what I'm saying, maybe stick around and maybe I have a message for you. Maybe, you know, I can call you out. in a way that will help you grow, because it's looking gonna call me out too, don't get me wrong. Like, I struggle with relationships too. So you're not alone, babe. What? You're not alone, baby. Okay, come on, brother. This dirt is in my way. Come on. You know, I'm just about ready to give up. I'm giving up. Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a rest. It's just not meant to be right now. Okay. Oh, the sun feels delightful. Thank you, sun. Okay. I'm gonna take a beautiful bath tonight, and I can't wait. I might catch up with some friends that I haven't talked to in a bit. So I'm excited to have a little FaceTime call with my friend Jordan and my friend Nico. Yeah. 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 This is so good. I'm trying not to drink too much because I literally have to walk back, and it's not that far of a walk, but like I'm gonna piss my pants if I don't stop. Unpopular opinion, like peeing outside is so much better than peeing inside. Like, I love peeing outside so much. And Loki just might be like the man in me, which is why Loki can't wait to have like top surgery, because I fucking can't wait to pee standing up. Like, when I was younger and just growing up, I loved peeing standing up, and I thought that was just like so weird. Like, I'm a fucking weirdo for wanting to do that. But like, when I grew up and I came out as trans, I was like, holy fuck, that like low-key makes sense. And I've definitely come to realize that like my pronouns are he, him, they, them, or he, they, them, because like most of the times, like, I feel like a boy and then I feel like nothing. And so that's when I feel like nothing and I just like, you know, feel feminine, or I'm just like, you know, more I don't know the word. Whatever. When I'm more femme presenting, I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just want to like a little reading. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle these and get into it. I'm gonna sit back a little bit. But anyways, when I'm more femme presenting and I am dressed in makeup or whatever, I use they, them pronouns because I genuinely don't. I'm not a girl. That's just not like, that's not what I am. So yeah, it depends, you know? Okay, let me just connect to my spirit guides. Shuffle this deck real quick. Okay, spirit guides. I pray to and I call upon my spirit guides and my loved ones of the highest, most loving good. What is a message that I need to know about the situations and the experiences that I'm going through in life regarding my relationships and connections with individuals, and my avoidant and attachment, or anxiety and avoidant attachment style? What is something that I can know? What is something that either myself or the collective can know about situations like this that they might be experiencing as well? What do I need to know, spirit guides? What do I need to know? Please give me guidance and clarity. Oh, no, come on. Oh my god, also spirit guides, please communicate with me through music and through like guided and channeled messages through songs, because y'all know I fuck that shit. I eat that shit up. I love when y'all do that, so please go ahead and do so. Okay. What is it? I'm lucky. I'm just gonna pull. I don't really feel like doing that. I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. What do I need to know, spirit guides? Like, I'm gonna be saying like, what do I need to know, because I think I interpret better when it's just about me. But like, feel free to take what you need. Like, this is my message, but it's also for the collective too. So like, if you relate to it, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Cause I may be bad, but I don't know what that means, but that song is stuck in my head right now. I don't know what it's called. Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. This tarot deck is so pretty. They have like naked women in it, and it's just so pretty. Okay. 6 and Oh, na 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 na, come on. I don't know why that song keeps coming up. I feel like so professional doing this, like genuinely. What is this? I don't know if I want this card out. If it wants to come out, it'll come out. Woo! My spirit guides want that card to come out. My hand was like, yeah, I feel like that card's gonna come out. Oh, I'm getting such a weird feeling in my hand. This is the one. Okay, okay. I love the birdies. They're so pretty. I'm a little birdie, bro. I used to think that I'd be like a butterfly. I definitely know that I would be a butterfly. I'd be like a butterfly, a moth, or a bird. Because birds are just so fucking beautiful. My palm is feeling weird. Okay. I think... I think this card needs to stay out. I think that's like the overall. So the card that just came out now is just like the Nine of Swords, and I think this is just the energy that I've been stuck in lately. So I think that genuinely this resonates with me, and this like the overall energy of this reading is just like being so stuck in my head, being so stuck in my own fucking noggin. It is insane in my fucking ow. I'm sorry. Being so stuck in my own membrane. It's insane in there, bro. Insane in the membrane. Just like so overthinking, like everything. Overthinking, like every possible, like something that I get is like, personally something that I go through, and personally I think that like whoever might have picked on this video is like, you low-key might think that like everybody fucking hates you, and you just like overthink about like all the possible ways that people hate you and all the shit that people talk about you behind your back. And something that I just keep hearing in my head is like, it's literally in your mind. It's in your fucking head. I hate when people walk by when I'm reading my tarot. I'm gonna be brave, and I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna keep fucking talking, because I think people might think I'm a psycho and might think that I'm like talking to myself, because like I'm putting my phone like leaned up against a rock, so you can't see that I have a phone, so they probably just think I'm like a tweaker talking to myself. Anyways. Does this want to be upright or reverse? I don't know if it wants to be upright or reverse. Like, okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. Reversed. Okay. I'm gonna lay out the cards and then I'll show you. But the first card is the Eight of Cups in reverse. I'm already kind of getting a message. So I may be good, but I'm perfectly. I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good. I don't wanna be a boyfriend. When you get up in the morning, I swear. This reading does not make sense. I swear. This reading is not making sense. I think I just need to trust. Ooh, the Death card. Yeah, there's something in my mouth. I don't wanna. like, I'm already getting like a message, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I just wanna play with your head. When we get up in the morning, I'll be better on my own, I swear. I swear. It's just a boundary. Okay. Wow, this message is calling me out. Any other cards? Any other cards? Okay, this one. Ooh, look at this fine ass woman right there. Okay. Okay, never mind. My mind can get really inappropriate sometimes. Okay. This message. Yeah. Damn. Oh, this is actually really beautiful. Aww. Okay, is there any other messages, spirit guides? The lovers? Nah, I'm not feeling that energy. Any other messages? Okay, I keep like literally telling my spirit guides to... Oh, okay. Okay, so first of all, let me let's see. I'm gonna like switch some cards around real quick. I don't know. I'm just gonna go out ahead and say it. There's no right or wrong way to say it, but this is the spread. That's what we got going on. I think that like right here, I'll have to just get into it, but this is like the overall energy of the message. I think that first off, what I'm getting is that like, hold on. Whew. The overall like message that I'm getting, okay, I'm kind of scared to say it because I'm like, I don't want to like misinterpret anybody, but I think that like overall the message that I'm getting here is that like, I think that like the people watching this video, or maybe just myself, can just get so trapped. I think I'm just gonna speak for myself. It might just work better that way. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to like interpret this reading for myself, and if anybody resonates with this video, just go ahead and like resonate with it. I don't fucking care. Anyways, so I think that with this card here, it's paired, it's the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is just a card about like overthinking. Like as you can see, this woman is in her bed just like up at night, like so stressed with everything, like all these 9 things on their head. I think that like honestly the message that's coming through right now, desperately that's coming out, is to just spend more time with yourself. Like whoever's watching this video, stop. I know that like there's a lot going on right now, and I think that it's just honestly so much more than just the relationships or the friendships in your life. I think it's like everything. The energy that I'm getting is like, it's the pressure of school, it's the pressure of fucking like financial stress, it's the pressure, you know, it might be pressure with family life, and it might be pressure like, you know, there's just this energy of like having so much stress on your mind, and so much like responsibility to have to like deal with, and that's a lot to go through. Like for me as a young adult, like that's a whole lot to go through. Like, you know, to have to worry about like relationship responsibility within fucking friendships, and like that, it's a lot to fucking deal with, you know. And I think that like it's just like so overburdening that like you can't even like think straight anymore. You can't think past like, I think it's just like this heavy energy that you kind of are having a harder time getting out of a funk. I don't know. I think like maybe I guess it's hard to see that things are gonna get better when like things are so intense right now. And I'm gonna take this off for a minute. My head is like, it's hard to see the beautiful world around you when you're so stuck in your head because you're so stressed about, you know, everything. And I think that when you're so stressed out, like when you're always in this state of stress and you're always in this constant state of worrying and constant state of having anxiety about all of the things in your life, it's hard to see that like you have freedom and like you know, you are in control of your reality. And it's just hard to like kind of like stop worrying, you know. It's almost like when you worry, more worry attracts, like you're like when you're worried and you're so constantly worrying about something, I think our mind does this thing where it will honestly attract more worry into our life, and it will like try to find worry in things that we don't even need to be worrying about. Like for example, like I'll be so worried about like friendships in my life ending that like the slightest little things that like probably are just in my head, I'm like, that's a fucking sign that like this relationship's failing and I need to just like go away. I need to like block this person and like cut them out of my life. And I think that like the main message that I'm getting here is that like I think that maybe like with this card I have like the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles is just a card about like kind of like you have so much help and you have so many people that love you and care about you, but like your mind has told you that nobody cares about you and nobody fucking loves you and nobody wants to help you, nobody cares for you that deeply. And so you're kind of just out here suffering for no fucking reason, and you're out here suffering because your mind has told you that you know, your mind's told you, you know. I think that maybe in the past you haven't had a lot of help, or for me in the past I haven't had a lot of help. I haven't had a lot of, you know, people who genuinely just wanted to be in my life for good and just genuinely wanted to help me, wanted to see me thrive, wanted to see me succeed, just genuinely loved me so much that they just wanted to help me, you know. And so I think that like I'm wanting, you know, this 3 of Cups energy, which is just like fulfillment, fulfilling connections, fulfilling relationships, fulfilling, just an overall fulfilling life. Because the 3 of Cups is a card about like, it's a card about friendship and union. The 3 of Cups, 333, is like guidance. And I think that like more than anything, I'm craving like guidance and clarity and help. And it totally makes sense with the fucking the intention that I set with my candle. I think that like the message that I get is that I think that like there is guidance for me. And if you're reading this, or if you're if you're watching this, I think that maybe you're a kind of person where like you go through a lot in life, and maybe like there's so much going on in your mind and so much going on in your life that, you know, it's kind of like you want help and you want guidance and you want assistance, but you have to be willing to like get out of your mind to realize that you already have people in your life that are willing to help you, and you already have people in your life that want to help you, you know. And I think that like with this, you know, with the fucking 5 of Pentacles showing up with the 3 of Cups, like personally what's coming up for me is that like I kind of get so in my head because, like I said, growing up and just in my life in general, I didn't have a lot of people that loved me enough to like, they cared for me, but they didn't care for me in the ways that I needed to be cared for. So therefore I kind of always felt like my cup was empty, and I was always kind of like wanting more. And I think there's nothing wrong with wanting more. And I think that like maybe like low-key some of the people in this that, you know, that are watching this are stuck in connections that like are kind of like not giving them I'm getting like a double meaning. Okay, I think that like maybe some of the people, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I low-key I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I think that some people are stuck in connections that are clicked on this video. Might be one fucking person that it resonates with. I'm thinking of one person right now when I think of this, but like I think that the person, whoever this message is for, you might be stuck in connections that like low-key are fucking unfulfilling for you, and you know, you're wanting more out of this connection, and you're wanting more, I think, love and more just like fulfillment, overall fulfillment. And I think that you're just kind of used to receiving less, so you're kind of staying stuck in connections that like aren't serving you because it's comfortable. Yeah. And then anyways, with the Eight of Cups, I don't this message is kind of scattered, but I'm trying to like work my way. It's a lot of energy coming up right now, and I'm having a harder time like interpreting it. But I just think I see like a lot of pain and a lot of like heartache in the past, and just a lot of connections that like weren't fulfilling, and like weren't like at all what you wanted, at all what you needed. And I think that like I just keep with this I'm seeing right now that like in a lot of connections, you can get into connections that like you can get into connections and kind of have an idea of what you want. It's giving like rose-colored glasses. Like you see this connection and the way it's supposed to be, and you want like fulfillment, and you want connections that are fulfilling, and you want connections that give you love. And I want you to know that like well, first of all, you get into these connections, I don't know, I'm having a hard time like low-key interpreting it for other people. I think I low-key just need to interpret this for myself. I think I'm just gonna do this for myself, because I'm having a harder time like getting it out and giving this message to other people. So I'm just gonna give the message to myself, and then the message to you guys if you want. But anyways, with the energy that I'm getting in the Death card and the Three of Swords in reversed, is that like, in the past, I just see like a lot of pain, and I see a lot of connections that just kind of led nowhere. Just connections that like I gave so much of my heart into this connection. I gave so much of my love, so much of my dedication, so much of my time, so much of my energy, so much of myself into this connection, just for this connection to not fulfill me, and for this connection to not give me what I want, and for this connection to fail. And I think it's like so disheartening to like pick myself up again and go get into another connection, when in the back of my mind I'm afraid that like the same thing that happened in the past is going to happen again. And so I think that as a way of protecting myself from that happening, I think that like the habit that like the I guess protective coping mechanisms, and the protective like shields that I've learned to carry as a way to protect myself. Yeah, I think that being so hurt in the past, I've sort of picked up on these ways, like, I feel like this is making sense, but I'm having a low-key hard time talking about it. Anyways, I think that it's okay, like, the people walk by that, like, distracts me, because I'm like, they think I'm a tweaker right now. Anyways, smells good. I think that, like, growing up and being in those connections that like didn't serve me, and that or honestly just were unfulfilling, and where I wanted things like love and reciprocation, and not receiving that love and not receiving that reciprocation in the relationships kind of made me feel like I was wrong for wanting that. I was wrong for wanting the things that I wanted, like love or good communication or reciprocation, or for somebody to just like honestly fill my cup up the way that I fill their cup up. And that never happened, so it kind of made me settle for less in connections. And yeah, okay, I just got a message from my spirit guides. I need to not, this is not the reading, okay. I think I'm low-key trying to dig into an old wound that like is closed. Anyways, I think that overall I'm past all that, and that's why I'm having a hard time like picking into that energy, because like low-key I'm past all that energy. But this is just such a confusing energy. It's hard to read. I think that for me, yeah, I think that like I'm so used to being hurt in connections, and I'm just so used to experiencing so much like death in my life. And that doesn't mean like physical, it doesn't need to mean like actual death. It could mean, but like death, like in death in relationships, and death, there's a lot of death in relationships, a lot of death in connections, a lot of death in the relationships that I experience. And it can be very hard to have trust. Ooh, I'm picking up on something. Okay, if this is resonating with you, I hope it does. But I think the energy that I'm picking up on, I just get this like, I have this like anxiety feeling, and like it's almost like I can't talk about it, because it's like it's hard to talk about, because like it's so overwhelming. Like I just have this energy of like anxiety, like I have anxiety kind of right now, and I think that's low-key just like, it's overall the energy that I think I get in connections. I think that like going through all of these connections and going through all of these relationships that were kind of like picked away at my self-esteem and picked away at my confidence and picked away at like, you know, my self-trust, made it to where I don't trust myself anymore. And like I'm definitely past this point, but like it can kind of make it to like where if you constantly you're in connections where somebody's not giving you what you want and you stick around and you still, you know, are actively in those relationships trying to make them work, you're low-key disrespecting yourself. And you're also like, and no shame to people that might be in connections that don't, you know, serve them, but like I just gotta say it, man, you're disrespecting yourself by staying in those connections that like aren't giving you what you need. I know it's, you know, it's not easy to like leave those connections, you know, they're kind of like low-key can be addictive, but like I think by like staying in those connections that like continuously aren't fulfilling you and aren't giving you what you need can be so like, it could be so like detrimental to like your self-esteem and your confidence, because I think that honestly it just like makes it to where you don't trust yourself, and it makes it to where like you settle for less and you think that like you don't deserve what you want in life. So I see like a lot of people, this like I definitely resonate with this so much. I think that like, yeah, I think that like, anyways, with this message, the overall message that I'm getting right now, and with these tarot cards right here, I think that like I think this is just kind of like my heart speaking to me right now and saying that like just because I've been hurt in past connections doesn't mean that I'm gonna be hurt, you know, in future connections. But it literally all starts with myself. So like I have to build trust. I think I already know this. I genuinely don't know if this message is for me, but I do resonate with it. I think that like if you are someone that's stuck in relationships, I feel like I'm literally all over the place with this reading. I have no idea if I'm making sense, but I think that like for people that might be in relationships that aren't necessarily fulfilling, you have to be willing to like walk away from those and walk away from the connections that like don't serve you in order to like build a better connection with yourself. Because if you are not trusting yourself, like relationships start with us, you know, it's what we give to ourselves, you know, reflects what we give to others. So if we're lacking self-trust within ourselves, and if we're lacking like genuine like authentic self-love within ourselves, and genuine authentic like unconditional forgiveness and acceptance within ourselves, that will always reflect how we show up in other connections and how we view and, you know, relate and just, you know, vibe with other people in our connections, whether it's, you know, a familial connection, a relationship connection, a romantic connection, a friendship connection, whatever it is. So I think that like if anyone resonates with this, you can maybe probably always find yourself in connections that like are unfulfilling, and you know there's always just this lack and this like desperation to like make things work. But I think that if anything, with these cards that like directly with these cards that like obviously relate to the heart chakra, I think that it's low-key time for people to like start, and I'm past this point, I already do this, so like I think this message is for somebody else, it's not really for me, but like I think that it's low-key, I do relate to it, but I'm past the point where like I already kind of know this. But I think that like whoever might be on this tarot reading, I think that you need to start like setting like higher standards for yourself, and I think that's going to start with you building a lot more self-respect for yourself and within yourself. And I know that like it could be hard to like spend time with yourself, because like it's when you're like alone and when you're not hanging out with somebody that like when you don't have distractions with, you know, when you don't have distractions and you don't have something to like, you know, quiet the noise that goes on in your mind when you're alone, it can be very confronting to be alone, because that's when your inner critic is like roaring. And I think that like honestly, I think it's so important. I think that with this card right here, I just get this energy, it's the Empress card, and the Empress card is someone who's like so loving and just she's like the archetype of like love, and like she gives love and freely, and like, you know, it's just so like she gives love and doesn't respect love back, and that's why she receives love, because like, you know, she's just so fluid with her love. And I think that like with this energy, you probably give love to receive love, and like there's nothing wrong with wanting love, you know, like love is a normal thing to have. But I think that you low-key love people, and you know, you give your love to people and you give your heart to people because you want to feel love back. And oftentimes I feel like you might for a second feel love, and you might for a second feel like, you know, I'm just getting like sex. I think that maybe some people might be sex, like addicted to sex, and they might receive love through sex, or maybe they're in a relationship with a partner that they give you love through sex. I just gotta say that like, sure, sex is like can be very healing in a relationship where people are actually like aligned with each other, but like that's not love. I gotta say it, like that's not love. Like sex is not love. If you're in a relationship with somebody that like totally respects you and loves you in different ways, but if their that's you know, that could be good for you, but like if their only way of showing you love is through sex, like that is not fucking love. That's just sex. Like that's just sex, baby. But yeah, I think that with the Empress card, it's strange because the Empress is all about like giving love and just being like so unconditionally loving and not really expecting like love back, but like receiving love just because she's so fluid and open. I think with the energy of this is that like you love other people in hopes that like they'll love you back, so that way you feel more whole within yourself. But like constantly getting into connections or relationships just to feel the hole in your soul is not going to make you feel more loved, and it's not going to make you feel more whole, or you know, it's not going to fill that hole like in your soul. And yeah, so I think that like in order to feel that like lack of love within yourself and that hole that you feel within yourself, you just literally, I hate to break it to you, but you have to just spend more time with yourself. You have to love yourself before you can give love to other people, and before people can give love to you. Because if you don't know what it's like to feel loved by yourself, how are you gonna know like what it's like to feel loved by other people? You know, I think that like I've gone through this so much, like in my life. Like I was in the cycle, I think definitely the past year of myself, where like when I went through my heart chakra opening, this is dead ass like giving heart chakra opening. And I think that for me, I relate to this because I think it might just be a message that like I'm low-key going through, like I'm just needing to trust my heart more. I think I've definitely already gone through my heart chakra opening. My heart chakra is pretty open, but like I don't have a lot of boundaries within my heart chakra, so I'm learning to like set more boundaries, which is what I'm trying to get around to in this message. But I think that like maybe whoever clicked on this video, you are probably about to go through a heart chakra. Maybe you're interested in going through like a heart chakra awakening, or you're interested in spending more time with yourself, but the thought of it can be so daunting. Because I'm not gonna lie, being alone is fucking hard, and having to like just sit with the pain and sit with the uncomfortable feelings, it's so uncomfortable. And I want to say that like if you're not ready to go through this heart chakra opening, there's no shame in that, but like you can't wait forever, you know, you can't wait forever, and you kind of just have to do it, you know, you kind of just like low-key have to fucking do it without being like it's okay to be afraid, but like maybe take that fear and use it for something creative. I don't know, I just think that like I get a lot of fear and I get a lot of resistance, but also I'm just speaking from like I know what it's like, because I've been at that place where like right before I went through a heart chakra awakening, like it was very painful and it was very uncomfortable, and like I went through like this extremely, like this happened like maybe 2 years ago, like it wasn't even that long ago, it was like honestly probably like a year and a half ago, not even like 2 years ago, that I went through my heart chakra opening. I just went through this time where like all the relationships in my life seemed to be crumbling, and like they were not working out for like whatever reason, and I was so confused because I was like, I don't know why it's not working. I put so much work and so much love into like these connections. Why am I still feeling so like unworthy and like unloved, even though like I know there are people in my life that love me, you know? So then like I started to like really reflect on that, and I think I just got into this I got into this extremely depressive, like it wasn't when I was like, there's been a time in my past where I was like really, trigger warning, there was a time in my life where I was extremely depressed and I was suicidal and I just didn't want to live anymore. But that's a different time. This is now. It was like, I think this was like the second most depressing time in my life, when I was just I just felt so like, I felt like I was just existing and I didn't have a reason for being here. And like, I was just I felt so like, ugh, I just felt like crap. I felt like shit. I felt like fucking horrible, and I just felt like absolute doo-doo. And then, you know, I think over the summer I just took time to like sit with my pain and sit with my emotion, and I spent honestly that whole summer pretty much by myself. Like, it was a very like lonely year, and I think that like being lonely is really hard, and I think a lot of people resist shadow work and resist going through like, you know, heart chakra openings, and like they resist doing shadow work because it's lonely. Like, I gotta be completely honest, it's painful. It's super fucking painful. But I think that like, in order to, I fucking know, in order to like, period. I think that, you know, there are these connections and these relationships that maybe you're desiring, and you just have to go through that pain in order to like get to that place that you want to get to. And I think that it's uncomfortable to get there, but you have to go through it, and you have to be willing to sit with the uncomfortable and be alone, you know? I think that like, it's hard to be alone, and it's hard to, you know, just sit in that loneliness and sit in that, you know, pain. But if you are considering, if there's anybody who maybe even might be going through this right now, I want you to know that like, the pain and that the uncomfortableness that you're feeling by being alone, it's not gonna last forever. And I think that like, the most beautiful thing about going through this pain, like, I'm on the other side of that pain. I've been through that pain. Like, I'm coming out of that, you know? And I think that I think the reason why it was so difficult for me to like, this is a long ass video. I think the reason why it was so uncomfortable and difficult for me to talk about, like, you know, in the beginning of the video, when I was just like, I'm having a really hard time talking about this, it's making sense why I'm having a hard time talking about this, because I've moved out of that energy, you know? I've been through the pain, and you know, I just get the energy that this message is for somebody that's like going through that pain right now. Like, they're in the pain, like you're in the pain, you're experiencing the pain, you're experiencing the relationships that just will not, that are just so unfulfilling for you, and so like depleting, and just so like draining, and so, you know, just unfulfilling. And like, you know, you're in those relationships right now. And I think that I just got it's time. I think that it's time that you sit down with yourself and start to reflect. And, you know, obviously I can't force you to do anything, only you can really do it if you're ready. But like, I think you just have to, I don't know, because like, I feel weird, like, and I feel intrusive saying like, you have to do this. Obviously you don't have to do shit that I say, but I get the energy that like, you need to just be brave right now, and you need to just fucking do it. And you need to like, you know, start spending more time with yourself. And yeah, I think that like, I don't want to be intrusive, because I know that like, healing happens in its own timing, but I just get this energy, I don't know, I know that like, healing happens in its own timing, and you know, you have to be ready, and you have to be in the right mindset, and you have to be willing to heal, you know? And I think that if you're not willing to heal, that could be really also damaging, you know, if you're forcing yourself to heal when you're not ready to heal. But honestly, I feel like for people that might have clicked on this video, you're probably like, I get the energy that like, you're aware that you want to grow. You're aware that maybe the relationships in your life are not fulfilling. You're aware that like, you know, these connections, or just maybe within yourself, that you're unhappy. You're aware that like, this needs to happen. But like, I feel like you're not really actually doing the work to make, you know, to like, to invite in more fulfilling connections. And I think it's because you're scared. And I just want you to know, like I said, it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to be scared. But as somebody who's gone through the pain, and who has, you know, ew, I have dirt under my nails. Oh, beautiful squirrel. as somebody who has, you know, been in your place and been at the place where, like, I think it's time. It's time. And yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, the pain will not last forever, and I think that, like, wow. Okay, I'm gonna show you this card real quick because it perfectly depicts what I'm trying to say. So, like, here's the death card, and if you can see the death, like, I feel like, right, these people look so unfulfilled and so unhappy, and they just, like, they're going through a lot of death and rebirth. And I think that, like, with this card, it's hard to focus on, you know, it's hard to see the light at the tunnel, which is literally, like, right there. If you can see it, that's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to focus on that when there's so much, you know, this message is starting to make sense. That's why I wasn't resonating with it. It's fucking starting to make sense. Okay, but anyways, there's, like, the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I feel like whoever is watching this video, what I'm talking about is something that will also happen, like, for you, regardless if, like, either you're gonna do it for yourself or the universe will do it for you. So if maybe you're going through a lot of death in your life, or a lot of relationships are kind of, like, falling apart in your life, or a lot of connections are, like, kind of, like, just maybe falling apart or not working, you're going through a lot of death in your life, and that doesn't have, by death I don't mean, like, actual death, I mean, like, death in your relationships, death in connections. I think that's low-key the universe taking people out of your life and taking things out of your life so that way you can be forced to sit with yourself. Because I think that it's either you're gonna do it for yourself, you're gonna cut these people off, you're gonna do the work for yourself, or the universe will do it for you. So I think that if you're losing connections in your life and if you're losing relationships in your life, that is because the universe is pushing you to go through this awakening and pushing you to go through this heart chakra opening. And more than anything, I feel like this is a heart chakra opening, so that way by the time you're past all this and you've gone through the pain and you've taken the time to really sit with yourself, and yeah, this makes so much fucking sense. That's why this card is out right now, and I feel like that's why there's this energy of just overthinking. And I think that this is what you're going through right now. I think that, oh my god, this is making so much sense right now. Okay, I know that I was, like, not making sense and I was, like, all over the place, but this is making so much fucking sense right now. It makes so much sense. Oh my god, I love when this happens. Okay, so basically the energy of this card right now, it's the 5 of Pentacles, and this is the energy of just, like, not getting help. And I think that, like, right now you're going through a lot of pain in your life, and you're going through a lot of, you know, heartbreak, and you might be going through connections in your life kind of just fading away or falling apart, or it could be with a job, it could be with relationships, it could be with literally anything, you know. That's the universe helping you, and I hope you know that. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, and the universe can be kind of a bitch, you know. The universe can be kind of brittle sometimes, it kind of be very fucking cruel sometimes, and it's just like in the moments when you're so lonely, and in these moments when you feel like nobody's there for you, or just in any way, I think that the universe right now is just helping you right now. And these connections are not working out in your life because that's the universe trying to help you. That is the universe helping you. That's the universe literally helping you. And I know that it's like, it's so hard that the universe works in this way, but that is the universe helping you. Whether, like, you know, I think that's also why this this card, the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups is just like, if you see this, like, this girl is, like, you know, on her phone, and, like, you know, she's pissed off that somebody's not texting her back, and she's staring at all these spilled cups cards, all these relationships that aren't working out. She's so focused on, she's over it. If you could see on her hoodie, it says over it. She's, you know, so focused on these connections that aren't working, all these things in life that aren't working. But see this card right here, she's not focusing on that the universe is, like, literally giving her what she wants, but she's just so focused on, like, the pain and shit that, like, she's not even realizing that the universe is helping her and, like, trying to give her what she wants. But anyways, I think that, again, it's gonna be hard. I think that whatever you're going through, there's gonna be moments in your life coming forward, it's gonna be really painful, it's gonna be lonely, but I think that you're gonna learn to love the like, you're gonna learn to sit with your loneliness and learn to enjoy the loneliness, because overall you're gonna learn to realize that the loneliness is just, you're gonna learn to, like, enjoy, honestly and genuinely enjoy spending time with yourself. And if you already enjoy spending time with yourself, fuck yeah, like, as you should. But I think that, you know, after this rebirth, after this, you know, after this period of just pain and this period of letting go and this period of deep reflection, this period of, you know, actually genuinely sitting with yourself and, you know, I need water, tea, not water. Anyways, after you go through this period of sitting with yourself, sitting with the lonely, taking time to like reflect, I think that right now is definitely, oh wow, this makes sense. This makes so much sense because that, oh my god, this message is low-key for me too. But like, you know, after you take time to like reflect on the connections and reflect on like what connections you genuinely want in your life, you know, for me that's connections that like honestly I don't even really know right now because like I'm low-key going through this too. But like after this time of reflection, after this time of, you know, reflecting and, you know, taking time to just reflect on what's happening in life and reflect on your connections and reflect on like what you want in your life, and, you know, I think that what's waiting for you after all of this, you know, is the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. And yeah, like I said, the Three of Cups is just like genuine connections that are genuinely fulfilling, connections that are, you know, abundant, and connections that you genuinely just feel like you're overflowing. Like, and I think that like more than anything, you're gonna stop reaching out externally and stop, you know, getting into connections or just like looking for love, looking for somebody to fill your cup up in other relationships, and instead you're gonna take the responsibility of showing up for yourself, and you're gonna learn to take the responsibility of, you know, filling up your own cup, and then once your cup is filled, that's when you'll give to other people, and that's when you'll receive more abundantly, and you'll start getting into connection. You'll start seeing that like when you fill your cup up and you have overflow, and then you give the overflow to other people, that's when you'll start to feel so much more balanced and so much more fulfilled in connections, rather than, you know, having an empty cup or having a cup that's halfway full and giving that little bit of, you know, juice that's left in you to other people, and then, you know, wanting people to give to you and you're not getting what you want, and you're just like, ugh, you're fucking over it, you know. This card perfectly depicts what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think that like this is a beautiful card. It's the Queen of Pentacles, and I think that you're just gonna start like loving yourself more and giving, like, honestly, just loving who you are, like falling in love with yourself. I went through the process of falling in love with myself, and I'm in the process of falling in love with myself, and it's literally the most beautiful energy to be in. Like, it's so like healing to just like genuinely be in love with who I am and just love myself. And, you know, I definitely am still in the cycles of like, you know, going externally to like get love, but I think that more than anything I'm also going through this as well, of just, you know, starting to like go within, and, you know, maybe, you know, when I'm feeling lonely, instead of reaching out for people, or when I'm feeling lonely or bored, instead of reaching out, just spending some time with myself and asking myself like, hey Noah, what do you need, instead of giving that to myself. Yeah. And then yeah, I just get like through, you know, also an energy that I'm getting right now is that it's time to set some firm boundaries with your heart, and it's time to set boundaries in connections and in relationships, and it's time to, you know, it's definitely time to, like I said, fill your own cup up and set boundaries with who you're giving yourself to. You know, set boundaries with who you're pouring your energy into and who you're pouring your cup into. Like, be sure, like, definitely just start setting more boundaries. Start, like, it's okay to be stingy with your energy, and it's okay to be, you know, it's okay to be selfish. Like, I think it's more definitely time for me and just anybody who's on this reading to like fill your own cup up and start giving to yourself. And if you're already doing that, fuck yeah, like give yourself a pat on the back. Like, it's not an easy thing to do, you know, in a world where we're basically built to be fucking codependent creatures. It's hard to be like your own person and to be independent and to like give yourself love. And so I think that like with this energy, it's just definitely time that you start like giving to yourself and filling your own cup up and loving yourself and respecting yourself and, you know, caring for yourself. And for some people, maybe reparenting yourself. I also went through the process of reparenting myself, because I know that like the way that somebody like your parents you can fucking fuck you up and like can fuck you up for the rest of your life and can affect the way you show up, and like it could just affect literally the rest of your life for you. So I think that maybe for some people, maybe some reparenting could be good for you. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. If you're interested in that, like, go for that. You know, you can research, but like, yeah, yeah, I think that once you learn to set more boundaries and, you know, learn to just, you know, fill your cup up and just be mindful of like who you're giving your energy to, you're creating more strength within yourself, and you're creating like, you know, you're creating more strength, and you're creating more boundaries, and you're creating boundaries with who you're giving yourself to and who you're deciding to like pour yourself into, which is overall going to give you the 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate card of fucking fulfillment. And that could mean like relationships, or it could just mean within yourself. Yeah. But the main energy that I get from this is just like low-key and energy with like reparenting. I think that low-key reparenting could be good for some people that picked on this video, that clicked on this video, like reparenting your inner child. And like, for example, I think I'll give a little bit of an example, but I grew up with parents that didn't get parents that like were super fulfilling for them, like, or they were parented in a way that like reflected how they parented me. And so for a long time I was kind of like living in their shadow, and I was kind of like, why is my phone like going dark? Anyways, I don't feel too drawn to like get too in depth with this, but yeah, I think that whatever I'm trying to say is, it's beautiful. This is so beautiful. For somebody, I just heard like take an adventure, like don't be afraid to like leave, don't be afraid to like leave behind, like, more than anything, I'm getting the energy of like, don't be afraid to leave behind people, places, and things, or like actual like places where you live. Don't be afraid to leave that behind in order to like go search for something that's more fulfilling for you. Like, go take an adventure, and you know, yeah. This is beautiful. We got the cards, we got the 9 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles is all about like fulfillment and abundance, and you know, I don't know, I just get whoever's in here is just gonna learn how to, you know, whoever's picked on this video, like, I see a very bright future for you. I see like a future of, you know, fulfillment, and a future of just like, see how these women are just by themselves and they're so confident and so independent for themselves, and they just like, you know, obviously you can tell that this woman works so hard on herself, and she's so like, now she's, you know, bearing the fruits of her labor, and you know, or this woman, you know, worked hard and now she's, you know, traveling, and you know, she's independent as fuck, you know. And I think that like the people who clicked on this video, maybe you're already in that energy of being a super independent person and doing like a lot of work for yourself, but I just want to say, like, whatever you're doing, like, just keep being there for yourself, keep showing up for yourself, keep, you know, just keep pouring into your cup and keep working on what you want, you know. And yeah, I wonder if there's anything else that I need to hear. I don't really think so, because I low-key have to pee. Is there anything else, spirit guides? There's a song that really wants to come out. I'll probably like add it in the description, but yeah. But yeah, that's all that's really coming up for me right now. But there's a song, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a song that's in my head right now, and I have to put it in the description, and if you feel drawn to it, like, watch it or listen to it. I'm probably gonna put it on after this. But yeah, that was the reading. If it resonated with any of you guys, good for you. I hope that it helps somebody, even if it's literally like one person. But yeah, I know that it definitely helped me. It helped me. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, take a fat piss, eat some lunch, eat some beef stew. I'm gonna go do some yin yoga, take a nap, and then I'm gonna do some laundry, and then I'm gonna freaking watch movies. And then tomorrow it's MLK Day, so I'm gonna go downtown and have some fun. It might be like a solo thing. Either way, like, I love taking myself on little dates, so I was at first kind of sad that, you know, the person that I wanted to go with might not go with me anymore. It was kind of like upsetting me and made me a little bit sad, but like, honestly, like, I genuinely enjoy being alone, and I enjoy spending time with myself and exploring and experiencing things. So that could be a message for somebody too. Start doing things for yourself and start going on little adventures. I think that low-key something that helped me build my independence and helped me like fall in love with myself was literally taking myself on dates and taking myself on little adventures, like going for walks with myself, or like going on hikes by myself, or coming out here and reading tarot by myself. Like, it made me so confident in myself, and like that's why reading my tarot here, when people are walking by me and people looking at me like I'm a psycho, I genuinely, like, I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I don't care too much anymore, because like I'm confident in myself and I have a lot of comfortability within myself now, which is why, like, yeah, I like my presence. So yeah, if you relate to this, I low-key want to wait until it's at 111, because that's when I want to stop the video. So, because I like that number. Hold up. No, get out of here. You're distracting me. I'd be like 10,